recently saw that the NFL is going to allow its players to put the name of someone on their helmet that was shot and killed by the police. Now, that bothers me for a couple of reasons. Hundreds of law enforcement officers get killed every year. It doesn't matter the call they're on. It could be a domestic, it could be a traffic stop, it could be a traffic accident. They're getting killed. This person in question allegedly filmed himself doing drive-by shootings, then got into a high-speed pursuit with the police. He then allegedly started Facebook Live while he was doing the pursuit. He then, according to what I saw, the news reports, pulled over, got out of the car, and started firing at the police. The police, in turn, returned fire, hit him, and killed him. Now, the NFL wants to raise awareness of the police shootings. Well, let me ask you this. What are the police supposed to do when someone is firing at them? Should they say, fuck it, we'll just duck down, let them shoot, let them go? No. They should return fire like they're trained to do. I can't understand what the hell is going through the minds of the people in charge of this organization. How can you let them praise someone who, again, allegedly Facebook Live his police chase and then started firing on pursuing police officers who returned fire and killed him? Who's the hero? Nobody's a hero. Yes, the guy got killed. That's awful. But what the fuck is he doing shooting at the police after he does a couple of drive-bys? And why would the NFL commissioner and whoever else is in fucking charge allow them to put a name on their helmets of someone who is trying to murder a cop? Why are they glorifying police shootings? This goes on every day of the fucking year, it seems. People take that job to protect and serve their community. And I said this before and I'll say it again. Yes, there are bad cops out there. There's no doubt about it. But the one or two bad cops in an organization should not reflect the integrity of the remainder of the department. These people are out there doing a job that a lot of people don't want to do. And if those of you who think things need to change and you have all the answers, well, then I'll tell you what. Sign up, take the tests, go through the training, put the badge on, and go out there on the street and see what it's all about. The majority of people won't, for whatever reason. Policing is not a profession where you can just go do, oh, look at me, I'm a cop, I can drive around and do nothing all fucking day. No. Every single call for service is a dangerous call, especially traffic stops, domestic calls, warrant service. I've been a law enforcement officer for almost 19 years, and I've seen all too many times officers killed in the line of duty. And I've seen all too many times officers being ridiculed and persecuted for pulling that firearm and returning fire on somebody who was firing on them. I don't know if it's ever going to stop. I don't know what the answers are. I don't have the answers. But what I do know is glorifying someone who was filming himself committing a crime is fucking wrong. What does that say to the community at large? let's get in our car, let's go on live for some social media site and do something fucking stupid. And we'll be celebrities. They'll celebrate us, whether we get killed or not. Back when they had the mass shooting in Dallas, I don't remember when it was, but I do know several Dallas police officers were killed by a gunman. The Dallas Police Department approached the football franchise in that city and asked them if they would allow their players to wear the names of their fallen officers on their helmets. And the answer was a blunt no. Absolutely not. But now the NFL is going to allow their players to put a name of someone who is committing a crime, and I'll say allegedly committing a crime, firing on police, and the police returned fire and killed them. Now they want to glorify this guy. I don't understand where the thinking is. And I always come back and say it all falls down to politicians. This country is going backwards. It's not only this pandemic, we're all sick and tired of that. But when these politicians, they're all trying to defund police and cut back police jobs and public safety and take your firearms away. What the fuck is going on here? Why don't people wake up and see what's happening here? The United States is turning into a dictatorship being run by people who, in my opinion, are fucking clueless. They don't give two shits about who they serve. They're there for themselves, and they want to do what they want to do. And what they want to do is wrong. Shouldn't public safety, education, health and welfare, shouldn't that be top priorities for politicians? Keeping your constituents, the citizens of this country safe as best they can, instead of telling people you can't own this firearm, you can't do this, you can't do that, we're going to tell you what to do. And then you turn around and glorify the criminal. And these men and women who serve on police forces, they're not out there looking for kudos, looking to win awards. Look at me, look what I'm doing. No, they're doing what they think is right by signing up for this job and risking their lives day in and day out to protect the people they serve. And the country turns around and says, too bad, we're taking money out of this, and this in your department, and we're going to put it into social services. Social services is a great thing, but it's not going to help. It's not going to help to protect the citizens of whatever city or town or state they're doing it in. It's wrong, and it needs to change. And the only way it can change is if people get out there and tell them enough is enough. They can protest every single friggin' thing, but nobody protests for good. They're all protested for the wrong reasons, and the politicians are caving to the bullshit. End of story. The politicians are caving for the wrong reasons. Why? Because they need those votes to stay in power, to continue making themselves look good, when in turn all they're doing is hurting the people they serve, especially at a national level, like Congress or Senate, the president, the vice president, whatever. These people have an agenda. They've been up there for years and years and years, and they've done nothing. It gets worse and worse. Yes, 2020 has sucked. The whole fucking year has sucked. We all know it, and we all want it to end. And I'm sure we all hope that 2021 is going to bring us a light, if you will, at the end of the tunnel. With this pandemic bullshit, the vaccine is going around now. Hopefully that will help. It all needs to stop. And I'm just aggravated today after reading this story, was it Thursday or yesterday, about the NFL letting the players do this. What the hell is going on? But it's okay to have the police escort these players around in and out of the locker rooms, or they're on the field to protect them outside the stadium when they're leaving, coming and going, cars, buses, whatever. That's okay. But God forbid you let a team display names of killed police officers on their helmets to say, we're sorry for your loss and we appreciate your service. No, they want to put an alleged criminal's name on helmets to let people know, excuse me, this person was killed by the police. How about telling the real story? Why don't they put the real story on the helmet? Yeah, he was killed by the police for allegedly running from them, turning and firing a weapon at them. And yeah, he was killed by the police returning fire. Not that he was shot for nothing. He was running away. He had no weapon. It's all on video. How can you deny it? But again, the police are wrong, and the politicians are going to do whatever they can do to make them suffer and pay for it. Pay for doing a job where they're risking their lives every day. They leave their home, they leave their families. All they want to do is go to work, do their job, and go home safe at the end of the day or night. But they're not being allowed to do it the way they're trained to do it, because everywhere they turn, there's somebody with a camera taking fucking pictures, doing this, doing that, when they're not doing anything but doing their job. And I'll say it again, I don't deny that there's bad police out there all over the country. I don't deny that. But the few that are bad should not be representative of the rest that are good, who are doing their job to protect people no matter what. Everybody can say, fuck the police, we don't want the police. But when they call the police, for whatever reason, the police are going to come knowing that you don't like them. You'd say it to their face, fuck you, fuck the police. They're still going to show up. They're still going to help you, regardless of your feelings towards them. Why? Because that's what they're sworn to do. So the sooner you people start realizing that they're out there to do good and to help, and they're all not bad, the better off we're all going to be as a country. Because these men and women are busting their ass day in and day out, like any public safety job, a firefighter, a paramedic, all our military men and women all over the world, in some godforsaken countries, volunteering to go do this. When you want to glorify a fucking criminal who does nothing for the community but bad. If these criminals are so badass and they want to play with guns, why don't they sign up for the military and go fight some godforsaken country war somewhere? Why? Because they're fucking cowards, that's why. And they want to run around with guns tucked in their pants and shoot this, shoot that. Look at me, I'm badass. No, you're a fucking coward. And to shoot at a cop is wrong, and it needs to stop. In my years of service, I have been to Washington, D.C. 3 times for National Police Week, where they have a roll call of names for every officer that was killed in the line of duty the previous year. They have a candlelight vigil every year at the Police Memorial Wall. And anybody who goes to this, I don't care how big and bad you are, man or woman, tough guy, if this ceremony does not bring a tear to your eye when they're calling these names, there's something wrong with you. When you walk around the memorial wall at that time of year and you see the posters and signs from loved ones, from children, about missing their mother or father or sister or brother who was killed in the line of duty. They put mementos, stuffed animals, trinkets, whatever they put there. It's a somber reminder of what these people did to protect you and the ultimate sacrifice they paid for doing it. And it's the same with military. They're out there fighting wars for who knows what reason, and these young people are being killed for no reason other than they signed up to serve their country and they paid the ultimate price for it. They should all be celebrated every day instead of once a year. But the service in DC, National Police Week service, is a reminder that these men and women went out there voluntarily to protect and serve the people of their community. And they did what a lot of other people don't want to do. They signed up, they tested, they trained, they put that badge on, and they went out there. And they paid the ultimate price for it. And I salute all of them. I've been there 3 years. I've met thousands and thousands of police officers from all over the world and from different countries. And there's nothing but respect amongst all of these people. This place you go to in DC, as far as I'm concerned, is the only place I've ever seen where there's literally thousands and thousands of men and women there celebrating, having a great time, and you don't see any violence like you would see at a concert or a music festival. There's always a fight somewhere. Anywhere you go, it's a fight. Every concert, somebody's fighting, clubs, whatever. This place at that time is the safest place on earth because of the men and women there celebrating their comrades who lost their lives. They're there to celebrate them and to unwind a little bit and have a good time. So if anybody ever has the opportunity to go to National Police Week, you don't have to be a police officer to go there. Anybody can go. You should take the chance, take the opportunity, and go and see what it's all about. And maybe that would change the minds of the fuck the police people when they see what's there on the night of the candlelight vigil or any other time during that week. They walk around the memorial wall, read the names, look at the mementos, read the letters and notes from loved ones, from children. Maybe that'll change their mind. I think that's what this country needs. It's the same as the Vietnam Wall or any war memorial. Why don't people take a look at that and then look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I didn't have the nerve to sign up and do that, but these people did. Maybe we should change our tune a little bit. This country needs to change, and this violence against public servants has got to stop. And it should start with politics. It should start in Congress, because they're the almighty who make the rules, but they're not doing shit. They want to, I don't know if they want to help, I would think, the local politicians, the local government, to take money away from public safety, in my opinion. And it's wrong. How about putting more money into it and putting more money into education and stop kids from dropping out of school? Stay in school. Learn about what's going on in this country. Never mind ancient history. How about current history? How about start teaching what the hell happened on 9/11? How about start teaching that in schools? Okay? Start teaching them about police violence and crime as a whole and what these men and women do on a daily basis to protect the people who live in their communities. That's what needs to be done, and I'm all for it. And I'll say it again, I'm mad, I'm upset that these people in the NFL are letting these players put the name of an alleged criminal on their helmets that was killed by the police, and what I see is a justified shooting because they were being fired on, so they fired back. And I'll say this also, that the politicians who say, shoot him in the leg, shoot him, no, it doesn't work that way. I've said this before on here, and I'll say it again also. You don't train that way. You train to shoot, to kill, to stop the threat. You're not trained to shoot somebody in the knee, in the thigh, in the leg, in the arm. That's not how it works. And these people just don't understand that because they're not doing the job. They're not going through the training it takes to become a police officer. Maybe they should. Maybe they should go to a police academy and see what it's all about. It's no fucking walk in the park. But the ones who want to say fuck the police, defund the police, they're the ones who don't have the balls to sign up for the job and go out there. They just want to run their mouth, let everybody hear me, and they want to do nothing but cause problems. And there's nothing wrong with protests, but you're protesting for the wrong reasons. Okay? You're protesting for the wrong reasons. And yes, the police have been involved in shootings that weren't justified, and I agree with that. And that's wrong. But the majority of police shootings in this country, as far as I'm concerned, are justified because these police were being fired upon and they're protecting themselves and every other citizen who may be around them. Because that's what they're sworn to do, that's what they get paid to do, and that's what they should do. So my message here is shame on you, NFL, for doing this. That's bullshit. You should be ashamed of yourself. Anybody who watches an NFL game should be ashamed of themselves for watching this nonsense because they're doing the wrong thing. Celebrating a criminal that was killed by the police in what I think was a justified shooting. It's wrong and it needs to stop, and people need to wake up and see what's going on out there and fight for change. Don't fight for nonsense. I think we could all do that, and we can make this world a better place. All we can hope for in January, whoever the president may be, is they do something good. In my opinion, nothing's going to change. I think it might get worse in the beginning, but we'll wait and see what happens. So let's think about that. If anybody has any thoughts on this, drop a comment and let me know what you think. And I appreciate it. If you like what you heard today, please click the like button. I'd appreciate that also. My name is Chris, and this is No Limits. If you like my channel, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. I hope everybody's healthy and safe. Have a great weekend. Take care.